Hi guys, and welcome to this edition of the Unofficial Community Manager's Diary. So I'll start off by doing what I always do, which is take a question from last week's video, answer that and send that person a copy of Interstellar Marines. So Lim Terry, you're the proud owner now of a new copy of Interstellar Marines. Well done. Now Lim's question was, will there be any exclusive content for Spearheads? And what are the main differences between Spearheads, Frontliners and Vanguards? Now, we used to have three types of Interstellar Marine, a Spearhead, a Frontliner and a Vanguard. Before we released on Steam, we dropped the Vanguard and we upgraded all Vanguards to Spearheads. So now we have the basic Interstellar Marines, which is basically a Frontliner, and Spearheads. The difference between the two is, as a Spearhead, you will receive an in-game identity. So for example, you have the Spearhead logo next to your name on the scoreboard. You will also, once we finish connecting from Steam to our own website, have a special logo emblem on our website as well. You'll have digital copies of all the music, and if you've already bought a Spearhead, if you look into your folders, you'll see a Spearhead folder in your Interstellar Marines game folder on your hard drive, and in there is already some music you can listen to. There will be the art book. There will also be some extra cosmetic items in-game for Spearheads, and finally you get a second copy of Interstellar Marines. And you can give that to a friend, you can trade that, whatever you want to do. It's there for you to do as you wish. So those are the benefits of buying the Spearhead version. And the other benefit as well is that you actually support us. We are very, very grateful to everyone that buys this game, and we understand it's a pre-alpha, we understand that you're taking a risk, but we also understand that you want to support us. And believe me, we would not be here if it wasn't for you. So to everyone who's purchased the game, Frontliner or Spearhead, thank you for your support. So this week what I wanted to do was to touch on the big list, or, well, I wanted to kind of do a bit more than touch on it, really. Before I get to that, as you know, we have been doing the team ramp up over the last few weeks. We've also moved offices. And if you've watched any of my videos, you will also realize that I've also moved my office as well. So welcome to my new house. As the guys in Denmark were having a bit of bad weather this week, I felt that as I live in sunny Spain, it was my responsibility to cheer them up a little bit. So I sent them this picture from my front door. For some reason, it didn't cheer them up, and I can't quite figure out why. But I'd like to tell you what Michael replied to that picture, but I'm not allowed to swear on these videos, and I don't like swearing in videos anyway. So what I want to do is to go through how we take an idea of yours and how it gets into the game. There are two places that we look for and we look at for ideas. And the first one is the forums, so our own forums at interstellarmarines.com and on Steam. And what we do is periodically we'll look through those forums and we'll look through especially the ideas threads. Now, if there's one or two big ideas threads, it's relatively easy for us to go through that thread. When we finish, kind of put a little note there that just says, you know, looked through things until this point, and then take any of the good ideas and the things that we think might fit into the game and add them into the big list. It makes it a little more difficult for us if there's lots and lots of little threads about individual ideas. And the reason for that is not because of any extra work, it's because it's actually easier to miss an idea. So, first of all, my recommendation is if you're thinking of making an idea in either of the forums, please put it into an established ideas thread. You have a far greater chance of one of us looking at your idea, and if it's a good one and it fits within the Interstellar Marines universe that we're trying to create, you have a far better chance of it actually getting into the big list. Second place on top of the forums is Fuckbugs or whatever you want to call it. And that is our combined technical support, feedback, and ideas area. So if you send an email to support@zeropointsoft.com, that's where it comes into. So if you sent an idea in, it's coming to there, I will look at it, and if it's an idea that fits in with Interstellar Marines and hasn't already been suggested, and I think would work in the game, then it gets added to the big list. And it's the same with those forum ideas. If I look at them and say, that's actually not bad, yeah, that would fit in with the game, I think it's something that Kim and Michael might be interested in looking at. Okay, we'll put it in the big list. There's a little short description goes there and a link back to the original post. So if you got an idea make sure that you put as much information in there as you possibly can. Now I'm putting up a picture of the big list up on the screen now so you can kind of get an idea what it looks like. I've removed the links, and the reason why I've done that is there are some internal links, there are some external links. But in there, for example, if you make a forum post and put a lot of information in there, and I'll take an example, which is the someone came up with the idea of dropping your flashlight so that an enemy may think you're over there. We're actually over here waiting for him to head in that direction. Which is, I thought, for multiplayer was actually a cracking idea. So that made it into the big list. And I linked back to the original idea in that links column. So if you've got an idea, don't be afraid of putting a whole bunch of information in there, because we always link back to it, even if that information doesn't go into the big list. Now what happens, it's not happened so much yet because we're not really at the stage where the devs can look through the big list and say, ooh, that's a really good idea, let's get it in the game, because we're too busy concentrating on getting the basics done. But the devs have already started looking through and have picked up one or two things off the big list, and they've already made it into our project software, which is called On Time. So your forum suggestions or your suggestions in FuckBugs, if it's worthwhile and if it will fit into the game, it makes it into the big list. If Kim and Michael think that that suggestion should go into the game, it makes it into On Time. And when it's in On Time, it's assigned to a developer, and that developer has a responsibility of getting it into the game. And then after that, it makes it into an update. So the recommendation, the suggestions that I can give to you if you want your idea to be make it into the game is, one, make sure that it fits into the Interstellar Marines universe, because although we can be a little more flexible, if that's the right term, with the multiplayer, within the single player, this is the Interstellar Marines universe with the lore around it, with a story around it. It's very, very clear in our minds what we're going to do, what should be in there, the kind of technology, the kind of things that will happen. So an idea such as dropping a flashlight is great for multiplayer, but probably won't make it into single player. An idea such as pulse lasers isn't making it into either, because it's not something we have consciously made the decision there will be no lasers. So although it may be a great idea, if it doesn't fit into the Interstellar Marines universe, then unfortunately it won't get in the game. So if you're making ideas, please keep that kind of thing, keep that in your mind, because you have a far greater chance of it getting into the game if it is something that will fit into the universe. And I must say, please keep these ideas coming. We've got over 140 things in the big list right now. Some of them are of high importance, which would be, well, getting jumping, for example. We all know that one. Some are medium, some are low, and then the rest are wishes, which are things that we want to get in there, but we're not quite sure if things should go in there. So if you want to get your ideas in there, provide as much information as possible in your post. Please make sure that post ideally is in one of the big ideas lists. And finally, make sure it fits into the Interstellar Marines universe. So that's what I wanted to kind of touch on this week and go through this week. We also now have the schedule for the updates in for the next few updates, so we know roughly when they're all going to come out. We will definitely have an update out this month. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but I will say I've seen the things that we want to get in there. I've seen the things that the guys are getting on with and are trying to get into that update, and there's some cracking stuff coming out. It's yeah, it is a joy to see that the guys now are pretty much past the ramp up stage. They're all singing from the same hymn sheet. They're all really getting into the coding and the work, and Ronnie's doing his rigging and all that kind of stuff. It's coming together now. Things are now starting to move, and that short-term pain will now start to pay off in a heck of a lot of long-term gain. And it's really fun to see the meetings in the morning when I'm Skyping into Denmark, and the guys are saying, yeah, well, I was working on this yesterday and I got this fixed and I got this working and this is coming and blah, 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 blah. And it's, yeah, it feels now like we're on the right track. We've got past this period of getting things all ready and it's starting to move. And that is so cool from our point of view, but it's cool from the point of view of being able to show you guys what's coming and to start delivering content and updates for you as well. So the next update, that will be in this month, and then after that we will have a lot of stuff coming. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love this game when it's finished. Please, thank you for bearing with us during September, because that was a difficult month. And now over the next few months, you will really start to reap those rewards for your patience. So I started this off by saying thank you for your support. And I'm going to say it again. Thank you for your support, because guys, we would not be here without you. You're an awesome community. Your patience is legendary. Please keep those ideas coming. Please stay with us. Now just sit back and enjoy the ride, because those updates are going to be coming. And yeah, there's some damn cool stuff on the way, and I cannot wait to show you guys what's going to be coming. So that's it for this video. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, please like it, and if you've really enjoyed it, please sub to my channel. Now I've moved house, I'm hoping to get my super duper new internet connection sorted in the next week or so. Once that's done, I'll be live streaming on my own channel, Twitch TV/Firefly. So join me on there if you would like to watch some Interstellar Marines and other games. And that's it. If you've got any questions, please put them into the comments section of the YouTube of this video. The best one, as always, I'll read out next week, and that person will win a copy of Interstellar Marines. So that's it. Enjoy your gaming. Take care.